Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And against red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Oh, well, I am impressed.
What's that?
I'm impressed.
With what?
Little girl.
Oh, you know who that is?
No.
Oh, that's, she used to be a teacher.
Oh.
Rova or someplace like that. You said it is.
Okay, all the captains are meeting in the center of the mat. The first meet is okay.
Okay. Ready to go? Let's go.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready for a duel tonight between the Kewanee Boilermakers, the wrestling Boilermakers, and also the Rowva-Williamsfield Cougars and the United Red Storm. A lot of good things going on here at Kewanee High School. One of the things we have to mention to you, and of course my name is Russ Hughes, alongside is Norman Storm Dog. I love that. I love that. Storm Dog. That's great. And Norm, you know, we've been doing this now for a couple years, so we've been enjoying
Oh, yeah.
it. We saw, you know, limited amount of wrestlers out last year. This year we're seeing a huge amount of wrestlers out.
Yes.
What's causing that to happen?
It's just success builds on success, Russ. It's oh boy, look what we got here. We got 3 girls on the team this year, and welcome to them.
Yeah, and I think that's important. The fact that we're having people involved tremendously at the lower ranks into the junior high and then all the way on up to seniors in high school. And a lot of people are coming out, which is so neat, to wrestle. And the art of wrestling has become so important to other aspects of athletics at Kewanee High School, and for that matter, any high school. This is what's nice about it. And
Yes.
so glad you could join us, by the way, on Kewanee High School Sports and Special Events. Again, my name is Russ Hughes, and we'll be bringing you this. What is your name again, sir? I don't know who you are.
I am Norman Storm Dog Brown.
Stormin Norman.
Yeah, a.k.a.
And if you don't know who Norm Brown is, just ask around about people that listen to the gentleman sing. He has got a wonderful voice.
Boy, I didn't have one last year. It's coming back slow.
Oh, yeah, you can tell your voice is better. You're right. Yeah. By the way, on the PA tonight again is Greg Christakos. Good to have him here. Vinny Miles is on the book also, so we're glad to have him there. And a lot of people are involved here. And we have 2 officials, which is nice, too. Really nice to have the officials here, 2. And that's been a problem with getting people to become officials. So
yes.
I talked to a gentleman just the other day that became an official,
Right.
Isaac, and he is a nice young man. Now we're getting started. Go ahead. Let's talk about Norman just a little bit here. It's United and Rova are starting off here. Go ahead.
Yes, and I believe this is Sam Flores versus, if I can read Coach Eads is writing, Michael Ruiz.
Okay.
Sam Flores is from United. That would be in the gold or in the red and black singlet. And
this is 255, I believe, is the
yes.
The weight on this one. Is that right?
I'm guessing.
There we go. Yep. And let's see if we can't get things going here.
285, yep.
My goodness. Oh, fast move by the
nice move. That's a
wrestler.
Two-point takedown.
And by the way, if you don't think officials don't get a workout watch,
good stand up. He peeled the hands. There was a 1-point escape.
So 2-1 the score right now.
The Cougars, that's 2-1 in favor of I have to remember, I can't read the writing. Okay, Monmouth is in the red. And Rova is in the gold and purple.
That's Rowva-Williamsfield. It's the co-op between the two. They decided to go ahead and co-op a 3 years ago after having a singular situation. And the problem they had, didn't have numbers for a lot of these sports. Now they have them for wrestling as well as other things too. And they're actually neighbors, these two combatants are.
A lot of hand fighting.
Yeah.
Trying to get inside.
And here they go after it once again, trying to...
20 seconds left in the first period.
Good eyes there, too.
There are 3 periods in high school wrestling. They're 2 minutes apiece. There's several ways to score. The guy's going for a single leg.
Not enough time left, though, and that's going to be the end of the first period.
A takedown gives you 2 points. An escape gives you 1 point. A reversal, that means you're on the bottom, but you reverse the position and you get on top. That gives you 2 points. Turn your opponent on the back and you will get either 2 or 3 points, depending on how long you hold him there. And, of course, you're working for a pin all the time. Second period, we start in what's called referee's position. When they met early out in the middle of the mat, they decided who gets to go first here. They flip a coin. The advantage, red is advantage position.
And tied
now it's tied up 2-2.
With his escape, nice job that time.
Yes, beautiful.
With the hands, moving them away and getting the control with the hands.
And there are some penalty points. We'll call those as we see them. Ooh, beautiful, but off the mat. No points awarded. So they'll start over in the center, both facing each other.
I'm trying to see which one this is.
It's this one right
weight
here.
285.
Yes.
And I was trying to see if maybe that was down here, but I believe you are right. I believe that's exactly what it is. This is an exhibition, I'm guessing. It's a triangular. There are 3 teams here. Again, Kewanee, the host school, as well as Rova United, and as well as Rowva-Williamsfield. Red Storm again in the red, obviously, and the Cougars of Rowva-Williamsfield in the gold / dark brown. And you mentioned that earlier also.
Yes.
Of course, Norm was the coach for the Kewanee High School team for a while, and wrestled, and also was a long-time wrestling coach at the junior high level. How many years there, Coach?
Oh, I can't remember anymore. There's probably 10.
Just 10 is all. I bet you it was longer than that even.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like
Been involved with it pretty much since 1959.
And looks
Had
like
2 kids who wrestled.
and
Got
looks
a
like
takedown and a pin.
Yes.
He took him down, put him to his back, and pinned him. The winner is in the red.
And I believe you're right. I believe that is Michael Ruiz.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, Michael
Okay.
Ruiz.
And the gentleman from Rowva-Williamsfield.
Coming
Did I
up
get
here,
it?
I believe, is Tori
Ness
Kness, yes.
and Sarah
Ness.
Lockett. Does that sound right?
And
Sarah Lockett.
Sarah Lockett.
We'll just see if we have our information correct here. It's hard to know everything here.
And
Let's see
this
who's next. The officials are talking to the gentleman
And
over
this
here.
is apparently going to be 106 this time. These may be, I'm judging by there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches on this sheet. I'm going to guess that these are exhibitions.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, I agree with you, Coach.
We'll know better when we get into some kids we know.
Yep, Sam Flores was the winner that time from United of
United.
Monmouth. Yep, and he defeated Michael Ruiz of Rowva-Williamsfield. And now coming out there, as you mentioned just a minute ago, is Tori Ness and Sarah Lockett are the 2 wrestlers. No, I'm sorry, this is
And Sarah won by
forfeit.
forfeit.
Yep,
Congratulations.
yep.
We have a double forfeit. At 126, Austin Bellinger.
Austin Bellinger, he said, a double forfeit again. Austin Bellinger. Here it is, right here. Right here.
Oh,
Austin Bellinger.
The forfeit win, Austin Bellinger.
And Quinaria Bloom, it looks like. Does that sound right?
well now, I'm confused now.
And now we have a double forfeit at 132.
We have Brett Davis.
Davis. Things are a little bit
Frederickson of Monmouth United.
messed up here, aren't they, my friend? Here it is. It looks like. Okay, this is at 138 then, Coach. 138. And this is United. Again, Kewanee wrestles after these this duel between
Yes.
Monmouth and Monmouth United, as well as Rowva-Williamsfield. And this is 138. So this would be Brock Davis and Chris Fredrickson are the 2 wrestlers now. We got it figured out finally, Coach.
I'm glad you do, Russ.
Oh, what a nice takedown that time by
Very good.
United. And that's Fredrickson, who has the takedown on Brock Davis.
Good stand up and an escape, 1 point.
Okay, so here we go. We got, again, it's 2-1 and 6-6 the score in this match between these 2 teams. This is the duel. The Kewanee will have a duel with the other two teams here momentarily. And our first match of the year, so hopefully you'll bear with us, folks. We're doing the best we can.
We'll learn as we go. Take down 2 points.
And that will be by Rowva-Williamsfield's Brock Davis. And working hard at it, isn't he, Coach?
Yes. Yeah. Oop, and there's a good, beautiful escape. Did they give him the escape? And whoops. And now
Not
2-point
yet.
takedown.
Yep, there you go. And
Reversal, 2 points. I don't know. Oh, he's driving, and he's going to get some back points. He's on his back. There's going to be at least 2 points. Looks like maybe 3 now.
7
They
seconds.
haven't called him yet. He's got him on his back, but in trouble.
And
He's got the half Nelson tight. The
That's it.
time saved by the bell. It'd be
So they give him 3 points, was it, Coach?
I believe
think
so.
So that makes it 6-3, and that was the end of the first period. Second period now coming up. A lot of these wrestlers for Kewanee, of course, played football for the Boilermakers. And a lot of these wrestlers for both these teams, they had successful seasons. I know that Rowva-Williamsfield made the playoffs, and the Red Storm, I think, did also, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, West Central won the state championship in 8-man football from over that area. Go ahead, Coach.
We've talked several times about how the correlation between football and wrestling, that one helps the other. And you'll see a lot of wrestlers, particularly when we get a school like Sterling Newman, who we wrestle pretty soon here. Not tonight, but coming up.
By the way, the escape there makes it 6-4.
Right.
And that would be, I believe, the Brock Davis and, again, Chris Fredrickson are the two wrestlers. And Rowva-Williamsfield is the gentleman with.
This is 138 pounds, which if you find in high school used to be between 138 pounds and 150 something. Most of the kids fell in that. So those were traditionally hard. Ooh, beautiful. Still no points. Now there's 2-point takedown. There was no back points there.
Rowva-Williamsfield has tied up the Red Storm, and that is a nice play. It wasn't the way he had the reversal going in there.
Okay. He's got locked hands. Ooh. Yep, and they called it. That's going to be a one. Locked hands is going to be they won't stop action, but that's a 1-point penalty now that there's no action. The advantage wrestler, if he locks his hands, awards his opponent 1 point. So now it's.
Interesting part about this is a fairly young official and getting involved in wrestling. This is great for the sport. Again, the officials watching very closely, and now they bring it down.
And he locked his hands again.
It's another 1 point.
The referee's holding his hands together until there's a lull in the action, and he'll break it and give another point. So now the score is 8-6.
And that would mean United.
The man on the bottom, who is in the defensive position, is ahead, 8-6.
United is again leading 8-6.
And they elected to let him go, so that's an escape. He gave him an escape, so it's 1 point.
So that makes it 9-6. 15 seconds left to go in the second period. Fighting with the hands, as you mentioned earlier, Coach. Go ahead, tell us what are they trying to do?
Oh, he wants to push that head down. There's a tip. He's pushing. He's got him on his back, and he's in trouble big time. Oh, saved by the bell, and get 2 points on that. Might have been close call.
11 or 13-6 now is the score, and that is a United leading, I believe, Rowva-Williamsfield, and now they're both wrestlers are going to be up here.
Third period. This is last 2 minutes.
The only way
I don't know. We mentioned before last year anyway how long 6 minutes really is if you're out there. It's the most work you can do. It's worse than running a mile as hard as you can. That was a 2-point takedown. Put him to his back. He's got back points. He's counting.
A lot of time left. A lot of time, and they're not.
It's so hard. He got pinned. So that's the object of the thing. He was ahead 15-6 when he won by fall or pin.
And that was the 138.
Yeah.
Won by United.
Solid little wrestlers.
Yeah. Now 145 is going to be. And this is going to be 145. And it's going to be Mason Gettings for United. And for Rowva-Williamsfield, they gave the person's name. I don't know what it is, though. So we'll just.
The score is, there's a cradle. There was a takedown for 2 points, and now there's going to be back points, and there will be a pin here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. He's got tight. There's nowhere.
Nowhere to go.
Okay.
Yep. That was quick. That was 20 seconds into the match.
Yes, that was pretty quick.
Yep.
In the pin, the winner at 145 pounds is Mason Giddings.
I don't want to brag, but I have the fastest pin in the history of Kewanee High School.
Really?
3 seconds.
You did?
Well, I was pinned in 3 seconds. My very first match. I shook hands and went right straight to my back.
Jeez, 152 is, I believe, going to be Jason Pemberton. This is 152. I don't have the other person.
Take down 2, and he let him go. That's 1 point, and he's confident.
Why did you do that, Coach?
He's very confident in his ability to take him down. Whoops, but he did that too quick. The other kid did it. He's got a cross body, and he's going to get some back points, but he's got to watch his own back.
Yeah.
He needs to watch his own back here, but he's working. He's got the leg hooked, but not very well, but he's getting some back points. He's got control, and he's going to did he give him 3?
Yeah.
Yes, 3 points.
Boy, he is a confident wrestler. You know,
Yes.
he's the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
It looks like to me for United thus far from what we've seen so
Yes.
far, Coach. And you don't mind me calling you Coach, I hope.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Storm Dog, we call him again, and that's an affectionate terminology, of course. Now, what is your boy's name?
Say that again.
What's your boy's name again?
Well, my youngest is Jake.
You call him what?
I call him Jake.
I know. Well, you call another one a something dog too, right?
Yeah, Jake Dog.
That's it. Okay. I knew there was something there. I remember from last year. Okay. Struggling to try to get a little bit of an.
We
of
call
an
him some
advantage.
other things sometimes too.
And once again.
Okay, going for the cross body right. He hooked the leg. He's
look at
going
that.
under. That's called a banana split, for obvious reasons. They're okay. Now he's got him on his back and he pinned him.
That was fast.
Yeah.
It was 14-3 at that point, Coach.
Yeah. We should also mention there is they won't let you wrestle to 100-3. You have to get 10 points, I believe, is a superlative decision.
Mm-hmm.
Will receive a forfeit win.
Okay, and this is a forfeit win for Rowva-Williamsfield at 160, and this is Pemberton, I believe. Now, and now Buckley.
It's another forfeit, double forfeit here.
Yeah. And she's limping a little bit. You can tell she's got that thing on her left leg. And so 24-15, no, 24-18 now. Connor Wilson from Rowva-Williamsfield at 182. And Jackson Wagey from the United Red Storm. 2 lanky young men, look like they're pretty strong. Look at those shoulders. Here we go. What are they trying to read here, Coach? They're trying to.
They're just trying to. Oh, there's a double leg and he's behind. Now there's the points. You have to get him down to the mat. He got behind him, and he's got 2 points. You want to break him down flat to the mat, and on the bottom, of course, you want to work your way up. So we used to call it working up to the table. You work up to your base where you can work, and now he's got him. There's a reversal, and it's going to be more than 2 points because he got him turned to his back, and he may have him pinned. Oops, no, that was
nice job.
Wow.
Good job by the Rowva-Williamsfield player. That was great job by.
So they're both up. So that was a point. It's now 5-3, and here we got a no takedown yet. As long as he's got that leg. Oops, and if he drives now, he's going to have 2 points. And be careful. Oh, he's got a power half. He let go of that. He's going to pull the legs up. You get that leg. You take out a leg on a table, it'll fall over. And that's what you try and do.
A lot of action for just a minute and 10 seconds into the match. Coach.
Awful lot of action, yeah.
This is 182. By the way, again, 2 officials here, which is so important to get the experience for both these gentlemen. I
Now,
think the one
he's
gentleman's
prying,
okay.
he's prying that. He's got him to the back.
Yeah.
Using the man's arm as a lever, we used to say. Our best friend is Archimedes. He invented it. We've been using it in wrestling forever.
Yep,
Good sportsmanship.
Yep.
Wrestlers congratulating each other. That was a fall.
And that makes the score then
24 to 18.
Yep.
Whoops. 30. Yeah, 6 points for the fall. Team points. Those are team points. And a forfeit, like you just saw, that is also 6 points. Team points.
Mm-hmm. Trying to keep it all
So
straight.
It should be 30 to 30.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we're not counting the forfeits. I don't quite understand.
This is 2:20 then, right, Coach?
Yes.
Okay.
We might be done with this group here shortly.
Yeah, very quickly, yeah.
Moving right along. But everybody has really good numbers. Now, I believe this is the first year with Rova, the Red Storm, I think. First year in a long time. They wrestled back in your day and my day.
Yeah. By the way, now this is going to be 285, Coach. As you mentioned, 30-30. So whoever wins this match, it wins this duel.
Yes.
This is huge.
Yeah.
And it's Carter.
Whoa, beautiful Greco-Roman throw. There's 2-point takedown, no back points. But he breaks the arm, trying to get control of the arms. He's moving well.
Two big young men, and they're really
they both are. They're
getting after it, huh?
Yep.
This has been
Behind the arms. Wants to get him flattened down. Locked hands. That's, you see the official showing locked hands. They're off, so now it's 1 point for the defending wrestler. So now it's 2-1.
And they're both going to,
Yes.
actually, they're going to be down. You're not going to be down. And
It's a minute 30 left.
almost got a reversal there, but also almost a pin, too. Really fighting hard, both of them.
He's working, trying to get a half Nelson to turn him. You need to push the head down, flatten him out, push the head down, control those arms. See how he's spreading those arms?
Yep.
Now he goes underneath, push down on the head. Here's the half. Now he'll step to the side, get perpendicular and drive. You have to drive hard. Oop. Good counter. Look away from that half. He did that well.
Trying to get away.
No points. You didn't give up any points.
Yeah. Trying to get away from out of the circle so that he can go back to the center and refigure things. There we go. And again, with 46.4 seconds left to go in this first period in this 285-pound match, both Rawson as well as Nelson really giving it a lot. 2-1 the score here.
Yes.
Almost the reversal.
Oh, missed. Looked like he was going for a switch, but he missed it. And now he's on his back. And he's got the half, and he's got 285 pounds on his chest, on his toes. It's pretty hard to hold that up, Russ.
Oh, my goodness. And that gives the match then to the Rowva-Williamsfield Cougars. They get it 36-30. They win it.
Yeah.
And now Kewanee will be going ahead and getting after it here. Should be a fun time. We'll see how Kewanee does against these two teams. Nice to see. I like to see the three matches together.
Yes.
That's nice. Three teams together at the triangular. That's so much fun to see. And
pretty nice turnout here. We had no school today at Kewanee.
Yeah.
So like to see more kids here.
So
maybe all the kids are out out for the wrestling team.
Yeah, actually, I almost fell asleep at work because we had turkey at work today, and yes, I am what I eat. But you know what?
I must have missed the invitation in the mail.
And I see Bill Breedlove over there. Of course, he comes to watch the wrestlers. Of course,
it's another 285 match. I'm assuming this is going to be
an exhibition. Yes.
Yes.
And one young man has
I'm
got,
amazed at how many
oh, wow.
285-pounders there are now. Well, we saw some really big kids in football, too.
Oh, we did, yeah.
I know we wrestled Mendota coming up here sometimes. Didn't they have a 360-pound kid, and he was not obese. He was big and strong.
Yeah.
He was like 6'6" plus, 6'6", something.
The first time I wrestled had to be the record for Kewanee in a loss because I was up at Sterling. And I had this great big guy. I was wrestling, and yes, I weigh a lot more now, but I was wrestling junior varsity heavyweight. Coach, I went down so fast to make your head swim. The guy landed on me. He weighed 100 pounds more than me.
Well, we just had a takedown, a quick reversal, and now we're on our back, and he had the half. He reversed the half. He's going to get some back points. He's going to get some back points. Now he's got it reversed. He needs to get on his toes and put all his weight on his chest, and it's really hard to hold up. That was another pin, but that won't go against the team score.
No. Yeah, that was very, very good.
Yeah.
The way that they both, it's fun to see the competitiveness in these wrestlers.
Yeah.
And the things that they learn from their coaches and how they implement it into what they do.
But they learn every match they have, the mat time, just besides the kids you wrestle in practice. That's the nice thing about having 40 kids. You have a lot of people, different people to wrestle and practice with.
That's
right. But they're congratulating each other here.
Yep.
Pretty good number of kids here.
By the way, Jacob Doan is our videographer. We sure appreciate Jacob Doan for doing all the videoing. Thank you so much, Jacob Doan. And we also do appreciate Larry Flannery for the work that he does getting us set up here. Thank you so much to Larry and also to all the rest of the members of the Kewanee High School IT department. When you talk about, Maria Grajeda, I'll say it right, and she does a wonderful job. And of course, so many things that go into doing these broadcasts that makes our job so much easier. And that's what's nice about the fact that we're able to go ahead and do these, and hope you bring you some information, especially when you have a coach that did this for many years. And we're talking about Coach Norm Brown, Strumman Norman we call him, but I'm going to call him just Coach.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yep.
We had 2 kids that wrestled, and I have 2 kids that are wrestling coaches now. One is out in the border of Kansas and Colorado. He's an assistant coach out there, and Trey, our second, is coaching at Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Wow.
Baseball and wrestling.
Excellent. And when you see a lot of things about high school sports, there's not one sport that is more so higher in
physical exertion.
Yeah, I'm talking about with wrestling, with track, with football, for basketball, with all of them. You have to make sure that you understand that these athletes are not just working for 3 months. For football, it's August, September, October, and sometimes into November.
Camps in the summer.
Yeah.
Camps are about every sport in the summer, plus summer sports.
Working with weights in the off seasons. Basketball, you mentioned summer camps. Also, we're talking about things such as, now basketball, wrestling, volleyball, all these, softball, baseball, all the camps are involved. You can literally be working day to day, except for maybe 1 or 2 days a week for the entire school year. And that's where things do get into me. I think it's important to have time for your church and time for your schoolwork, because I'm not saying all of them, but I'm going to say a lot of these athletes are not going to be going to college.
Yeah.
And so you want to be able to have those other things that are involved in life too. which are very, very important. And by the way, we're at Goods Gymnasium. Thank you to the Goods Furniture House people, Phil and Mary Good and Company. We sure do appreciate the fact that they have allowed this gymnasium to be built, and it is just a wonderful place for wrestling. We also are going to be in H.F. Brockman this year, Coach.
Yes, several times, I believe. Did you take a look at the schedule and see? I think we have 26 teams in the Kewanee Invitational.
Do you believe that?
We'll keep you posted on that. That's just going to be one of the bigger tournaments in the state.
I can't wait.
Outside of the state series.
Yeah. It'll be fun to see. It'll be an opportunity for everybody. And like you mentioned, the amount of people that are here, it's nice to see all the people that are here and also to see all the wrestlers that are here. But look at the Kewanee.
I love those warm-ups.
But I mean, we're looking at all these student athletes for Kewanee and what they're becoming involved in, and you have to give credit to Coach Eads and his assistants who are...
Chad Kelly. And Chad is a two-time finalist, state finalist back in the day when there was just one. There wasn't 6 divisions. There was just one.
Yep.
And he was also very good boxer, and he continued with sports afterwards and helped. He was a volunteer at the elementary school when his son Max, who was a senior, 145-pounder this year, when he was in junior high. He helped there, and he's helping at the high school now.
What's nice is the fact that they're previous wrestlers.
Yes.
They are previous people who know the importance of being a Boilermaker.
Yeah. And you ought to say something really nice about parents. Wrestling parents go through something a lot tougher than any other sport, I think, because they watch their kids starve. They think they're starving. They're not, but they get crabby when they don't eat, like we still do.
and is it true too, though, Coach, that even when teenagers aren't athletes, they get crabby too sometimes?
Yes.
Oh, and we don't mean that. We're just trying to make a little bit of humor here while we're waiting for the Kewanee team to get into
it can
action
test
here.
parents' patience, but particularly mothers. I remember my mother feeding me ice cubes and wheat germ, and maybe if I was really underweight, oatmeal. No ice cream.
No ice cream.
No ice cream.
Oh, my goodness. The humanity of it.
Yeah, it was not fair.
And you wrestled at what?
I wrestled 133 my junior and senior year. I wrestled 103 my freshman year. I only weighed 86 pounds.
Oh.
I was a placeholder. I went...
You were the
we had no
placeholder.
103-pounder, so I wrestled varsity after 3 days of practice. I mentioned getting pinned in 3 seconds my first match.
Man. You weighed 83 pounds?
I weighed 86 pounds.
86 pounds?
I was probably about 4'10".
Oh, my goodness.
I still remember Pete Barrages. He was 20 years old. He was a senior from returning state champion. He didn't get to finish the season because he turned 21. He was too old. But we shook hands, and I went flop.
Not by
choice.
Design, but
not by design.
Yeah.
He was quick. He was.
Yeah, Kewanee, by the way, has got an awful lot of very good wrestlers back this year, which we wanted to mention that. We're talking about a couple of young men. First of all, Alejandro Duarte. I remember him from last year, how well he did as a freshman, if I'm not mistaken. Also, Jackson Hawkins is back. He had an excellent year on the football field. I know that. So did Duarte. Also, Jackson Hicks, who had the knee injury against the Bureau Valley Storm, and he came back to play in the very last game, which was really nice. That was fun to see. Well, thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
And then when you remember that, then Parker DeBoard is at 152. Last year he wrestled at 145, if I'm not mistaken, and he played very well on the football field also. He got hurt, and he was not able to wrestle in the regionals, or he probably would have won the regional title for Kewanee, but he's back with a vengeance. And you mentioned a gentleman by the name of Max Kelly. He is going to be playing, of course. His dad is an assistant coach, as we talked about. Will Taylor, who is a very good wrestler, and also his brother, Ben Taylor. Now,
Ben was a great football player also.
Yeah, and Will was on the cross-country team.
Yes.
And he did really well also.
And he was also the
1 year.
Boilermaker.
Yes, he was. Yes,
Yeah.
That's true. Thank you for that.
And his father, or his grandfather, coached with me back in right after the earth cooled.
The earth cooled, you son of a gun. And then there's Quentin Bloom. Will be at 126, Hunter Vansel at 120, Jesse Guernsey at 113, and Kingston Peterson will be at 106. Now there's a star with Jesse Guernsey. I'm not sure what that's about, but we're going to see who's who here. I'm so excited for Kewanee this year.
Yes, I am too. Looking forward to it.
I mean, last year, they did lose an excellent wrestler last year, an excellent wrestler,
Yes.
who went down to state,
Yes.
didn't place, but he did
Yes.
wrestle well all year.
Yeah.
And
you mentioned Kingston Peterson. His brother Caden graduated 2 years ago, and he was an outstanding wrestler for 6-7 years. I remember his father drug him out after we'd been wrestling at elementary, junior high for about 2 weeks. He says, any chance he could go out? And I'm sick of him playing Nintendo or whatever it is they play on the. And he came out and he was a natural. He was and he worked hard, and he was very successful in the elementary, junior high, and high school. And there's a huge picture of him as you go out. Well, I'm not sure if it's still there on the wall in the corridor of the wrestling room. Picture of him putting the hurt on somebody.
But what you mentioned, though, so important was how hard he worked at it.
Yes.
And when you work hard at something in life,
and
you're going to get success.
That's what you get. You get it back. You don't get the recognition probably that you do in some sports. And it's kind of hard to go after college and get a job as a wrestler.
Yes.
Okay, we went to our little light out here.
Yes, and we're going to...
Either that or...
Hello. So anyway, right now we're looking, and they just mentioned...
We should have brought
Jesse Guernsey.
I hope your eyes are better than mine.
We'll see what we can do. Going to have a forfeit win for Kewanee at 113 for Jesse Guernsey.
But we get 6 points.
Yep, immediately, yes. At 120, Hunter Vansel. Also a forfeit win. And this is not what Kewanee wants, by the way.
Yes.
They want to wrestle.
Kewanee is wrestling in this first match. We are wrestling.
Yes.
This is Rova, I believe.
This is Monmouth. This is Monmouth United, and with Monmouth United, it's Austin Bellinger and Quentin Bloom for Kewanee at 126. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, that we're working for headlock, a Greco-Roman headlock. He's reached like he's going to go for a sit-through fireman's or one of the legs.
Bloom standing up. They're both standing up quite a bit. Both lanky wrestlers, by the way, if you can, can see it.
There's a headlock, and it's going to backfire. Okay, good move for Kewanee.
Bloom doing a good job there.
Yes.
And
he's just reversed it. Now he's thrown him down, got him on his back. Oops, but there's no points, and we got I don't believe that's he's either going to call an illegal headlock or that was just a potentially dangerous.
Yeah, here we
go.
go.
Potentially dangerous does not. Well,
and it's
calling
1 point.
it 1 point.
Yep.
So that's an illegal headlock. You can't. You have to have an arm when you get in a headlock. You can't just grab the head and then lock your hands. You can break somebody's neck and hurt them. There are very few bad injuries in wrestling compared to other sports.
Very much so. Bloom and Bellinger. Bloom for Kewanee. Bellinger.
Beautiful. Ooh.
had it to begin with.
Yes, he did.
He still has a leg, but he hasn't got a hold
There's
of
no
it now.
points yet. No points yet. Now there's 2 point takedown. He gives him the control. Bloom stands up. Kewanee's up. He needs to get back up to his feet, peel those hands off. Locked hands. Kewanee's going to get a point.
3-1 now is the score with Bellinger from United with the lead over Bloom for Kewanee. 34.3 seconds left to go in the first or the opening period.
Yes.
Kewanee with those sharp uniforms, the black with the flames on each side, orange and black. Yes. And
he broke him down. You don't want to turn to your back. Okay. You don't want to reach up and grab the head from there.
no points yet, Coach, right? No points yet. So right now they got almost a headlock there on Bloom. Oh, there you go. 2 points, a reversal. Nice play by the Boilermakers. Bloom.
It's a 2 point reversal, no back points. And now, potentially dangerous, full Nelson, 1 point. You can't do a half Nelson on both sides at the same time. It's called, if I know my math, a full Nelson. And it's illegal in high school wrestling.
6-3 the score. Kewanee trailing by 3 points here with 8 seconds left to go in this period. And trying to work to get on the back. Instead, it's going to end this first period. Kewanee trailing United by a score of 6-3. The United Red Storm is Austin Bellinger, and Quentin Bloom is the wrestler for Kewanee. And this is at 126 pounds, Coach.
126, yes.
Both wrestlers up to start this second period. And this is where you would like to get a takedown here, Coach.
A takedown and maybe some back points with it. This is okay. They're working for control of the head and the arms.
Bellinger had the first 2 points.
There you go.
Oh,
okay. And he rolled through. Rolled through.
Bloom hit it, and then they keep rolling over, and Kewanee has it now, the same thing again.
Oh boy, I wouldn't want to be the official.
6-5 the score, now 8-5, and back points here.
In trouble right now.
Minute 20 left to go, and this is going to be tough, as you mentioned.
A lot of time, a lot of mat.
Yep, and
he needs to.
He's got 3 points so far, and the official is saying, what are we going to do here? And he's still on his back, bridging up, trying to get out of there. Good job by Bloom, just trying to get up and get away from it. Awful hard to do. Under a minute left to go in the second period. And there it is, the pin by Bellinger.
Now, Bellinger was up on his toes and his legs extended, and that's Archimedes again. You can't. All your weight goes on the other wrestler's chest. And it's hard to hold that up very long. But you learn from that. You learn every time you go out there. You learn when you win, and you'll learn when you lose. Sometimes more when you lose.
Ben Taylor will have a forfeit at 132. And now then Will Taylor will be wrestling at Chris Fredrickson at 138.
I'm amazed at how much Ben Taylor has grown just since last year.
Oh, yeah.
They do grow up, don't they?
No, they sure do. Way too fast. 18-6, Kewanee is up as of right now.
Comes Will Taylor at 138.
Yes. Will Taylor is 138, you're right, yep. And he is wrestling again. Chris Fredrickson from the United Red Storm. Boy, is he
2
quick.
points, nice, quick move.
Wow. That was sweet. Oh boy! Go ahead.
He rolled through, but he caught him. He caught him in a reverse half. Now he goes to the forward half, and he's got him squeezing it up, and he's on his toes, and he's got him back, and he looks gone to me.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's going to be a quick one. Boom.
There it is.
And that's wow. 28 seconds.
Hey, Coach, I'm not laughing at anybody or
yes,
anything. I'm just saying, wow.
Yeah.
That
Very
was,
impressive.
Oh, my goodness
Very
gracious,
impressive.
yes. I think anyway. I'm sure you feel the same way as I do, Coach. Of course, we're Kewanee fans, aren't we?
Yeah.
Are we hiding that well?
Yeah.
Okay.
His dad, his grandpa was an outstanding wrestler at Monmouth College also, and a football player.
Max Kelly and Mason Giddings here. And Max has grown. He's gotten taller.
Oh, yeah.
24-6 Kewanee with the lead as the team with 147.
Max is taller than I am now.
I mean,
I'm glad he didn't
it
decide
seems
to
like-
go out for basketball.
I mean, wow.
yeah,
These kids grow so fast.
he is not what you call a one-trick pony. He knows more moves. Of course, he has a wrestling mat just about this size in his basement.
Yeah, yeah. 135 left, and his coach mentioned he is so
There's
fast.
two.
And there he has the control now.
Yep. Hook on the arm. He's got the leg hooked. He's pushing down on the back of the head. You want to put that head into the mat.
And he is working hard. One thing we've noticed about Kewanee
Okay,
wrestlers.
he just let him go and gave him 1 point escape, and
Look
let
at
him
that, and the
let him
reversal
duck
again.
under, and he got 2 points takedown again, and they're off the mat. Kelly will be on top, leading.
Should be 4-1.
It should be 4-1.
Yeah, the official just said that to the scorekeeper. Yeah. And Julie Freestad, by the way, is taking care of the clock.
Ooh,
too.
you got to be
That's
careful
close.
when you do that.
Yeah.
You don't want the head hit first, and you're responsible for the safety of your opponent,
1 minute.
and he for you.
Under a minute now left to go in the first period between these two wrestlers.
He's got a tight half Nelson, and he's going to push. There you go. This is it, right here.
And on his
On
toes
his
again.
toes.
Oh, that was
Just
fast.
textbook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a nice hand from the crowd for the Kewanee wrestler, Max Kelly. Nice job by him.
Max wrestled in diapers in the first Breedlove tournament. He was good then.
So Parker DeBoard now, it will be wrestling Jake McElwee at 152. Looking forward to watching Parker
Yes,
wrestle.
Parker did a good job last year until he got shoulder hurt, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You're right, yeah. And, of course, he's got a lot of family here watching him. Oh, he has gotten quicker. I mean, I'm watching him. He moved his legs out tremendously fast, huh? 30-6, the Kewanee Boilermakers, wrestling Boilermakers.
I like his stance. He's nice. He's protecting his legs. He's moving quick. Get your opponent off balance and go the other way.
McElwee tried to get the leg, and he stopped immediately. Parker trying to get control of it. And this is such an intense sport. We talk about it so many times while we're a little bit of a break in the action, Coach. It is an individual sport, but it's also a team sport, too, which is important.
That's correct. Uh-oh. Parker pulled him over on top of him. They could get in trouble, but he's on the edge of the mat. He can get off.
And they just pinned him.
Oh, that was just bad luck there.
It was.
He had the double bear hug, and he pulled him over, but pulled him right on top of him.
Yeah, you're right.
And the kid took advantage of it.
At 160 pounds.
So 160 now is next, and that will be a forfeit. Jackson Hicks has the forfeit over the United Red Storm. And you see the big
I wanted to see
wrap
him,
around
yeah.
his
You
knee.
see, you'll notice he's got his right leg is in a thing. He beat Garrett Pettit. Garrett's out of school right now. He's sick.
Oh, he is.
But he, in the wrestle-offs, Garrett was going to go to 152. And it's 170.
170 will be Jackson Hawkins.
Yep.
That young man has really done a pretty good job also, as we talked about. And he has the forfeit, and it'll be Alejandro Duarte. I'm looking forward to watching him wrestle.
Yes.
What he did last year as a freshman, coach.
Yeah.
And Jackson Wagey for the United Red Storm.
With it's 42-12 team-wise. Duarte's uncle Dorteo wrestling was like wrestling water. 2 points.
Wow.
Duarte.
Look at him work so fast.
Goes right into the cradle.
Yep.
He's going to press him back, and there's going to be back points there.
Yeah.
He's hooking the leg.
That's it right
he's
there.
Fighting for the leg.
Yeah, he's going to be
keeping it. He's got it tight. Boy, he's got long arms and legs.
Yep, and you know what? They don't do any. There's the pin. They don't do any stalling. I mean, it's boom, 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 boom. If it's not one thing's working, they go to another thing, and then to another thing. As you mentioned, Coach, you have to do that in wrestling to be successful.
Yes.
At 195, Christian Bertato.
So it'll be Christian Bertato will have a forfeit at 195.
I should mention that I believe Rova wrestled, I think we mentioned this earlier, wrestled years ago. Rova did, but this is a reasonably new program for this group of kids.
Yes, it is. I think I'm going over your court here, my friend. Let me go ahead and move out of the way here briefly.
Yeah, there we go.
And at 285 pounds from United, Carter Rosie, and from Kewanee, Douglas Swearingen.
Okay, team score is 60-12.
Yep, here we go.
This is 285 pounds.
And this is, again, Carter Rosen and Douglas Swearingen from Kewanee.
Yes.
Kewanee leading at 60-12 right now.
Doug has been wrestling since elementary school, and that's a double headlock, and he's got the headlock with the arm, nice and tight, arching his back, up on his feet. All his weight is on the guy's chest. This will. There you go.
Nice job by Swearingen for Kewanee.
Wow. That was really nice.
Yes. The Kewanee is going to win this 66-12. Boy, the teammates were really getting after it for Kewanee for Swearingen, weren't they?
Yes.
Wow, that was great, yes.
It's so much fun watching these kids grow up and see how much they progress.
Now the exhibitions are going to be coming about. Trying to see who's going to be doing it here.
This is Kingston Peterson. He is at 106.
So 106.
And nice job. He accepts the win.
Okay. So that makes it 72-12.
Michael Ruiz at
Okay. And next will be, this is an exhibition. Is that correct? And this is Michael Ruiz with Sam Flores. And this will be not 106. But it's nice to get exhibition so these athletes can have some fun and
they learn so much in a mat time against an opponent that they don't wrestle every day.
Metal
Yes.
makes metal stronger.
Yes.
And that is what they're doing here by going against each other. Every time these people wrestle, it makes them a better wrestler.
Yes.
And we're looking at
hand fighting. That's good.
Yep. Ruiz looks like a big young man. I'm not sure how big he is, but he looks like he's a pretty big kid.
Well, his opponent's pretty big too.
Yeah. See who's quicker now. Here's where the quickness comes in.
Okay, beautiful. Push that head down, get behind, get your points.
Yep.
Yeah.
And again, go to something different if that doesn't work. Tries to sit out away from it. Not going to work.
Yeah, suck him back.
Yep.
Okay, don't get too high.
Yep.
Okay, there he goes. He picks up the ankle and breaks him down. Off the mat, and they're going to call it. They'll start him over. And Kewanee will be in the top position.
45.9 seconds left to go in this first period in this exhibition match between Ruiz and Flores. So glad you could join us tonight, late this afternoon or tonight, on Kewanee High School Sports and Special Events.
That was a roll through reversal, and he got 2 points reversal and caught on his back. So that's unfortunate.
Okay, so that was won by United Red Storm. Michael Ruiz defeated by Sam Flores.
Feature Rowva-Williamsfield versus Kewanee in a few minutes.
Okay, and we haven't had the other ones. We're going to have Rova-Williamsfield and the Boilermakers, the wrestling Boilermakers here shortly, but Kewanee wins this first match 72-12, Coach.
Yes, that's pretty darn good.
It really is.
Used to be you couldn't win more than 60-0, but they've changed the way the teams are. Well, it used to be 5 points for a pin, team points, but now it's.
Well, the nice
Look
thing
at the numbers. I'm just so impressed.
Yeah, and again, success breeds success.
Yes.
That's the neat part about it. And winning the regional last year, but the Kewanee did, was it at Farmington, if I'm not mistaken?
Oh, sure.
And then they had a few wrestlers that went on to the sectional. Well, they all went to the sectional because they won the regional. And
we should have got more out of sectional. I'm not going to beat that like a dead horse, but it was. There were some very close calls.
Yeah.
And it was, our kids did really, they could leave with their head held high because they did a really good job.
Again, we're live at Kewanee High School at the Goods Gymnasium for Kewanee High School Sports and Special Events. And we are going to have Coach Charlie Eads join us after the match, the second match, and hopefully Kewanee will have another victory here. We'll see what happens. And there will be another match on the second, a week from Friday here. I will not be here. I will be with my boy. He turns 40 years old. My little baby turns 40 years old. Kind of like you when they get
Congratulations.
to be that age. Yeah. Wow, it's amazing. And get to spend some time with him and his sister, who turns the next day, will turn 46.
Oh my.
So, yeah.
Well, my little baby, my first little girl, just turned 52.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
She's not going to like I said that.
Oh, she's not.
She's
You're right.
probably watching. Hi, Jen.
Well, anyway, we're getting to wet our whistles here, aren't we?
Yeah.
A little bit of time between these matches now, and it should be, again, fun times here as time goes on. I talked to Jerry Salisbury. He's over at Geneseo watching the basketball Boilermakers over there. And, of course, that's what we like to do is watch Kewanee sports. Thank goodness for Jerry, what he does for Kewanee High School and the sports, especially football and basketball. But he is a strong advocate of Kewanee High School sports.
Oh, has been since he was in Kewanee High School.
You remember the first gentleman that kept records for Kewanee High School basketball, football was a guy by the name of Bob Westland.
Bob Westland.
Sportsland with Westland in the Star Courier. It seemed like every single solitary week you had that, and it was always nice about all the areas in of the school districts. And then after that, Mick Sienkiewicz took up the mantle.
Yes.
And did a great job. And of course, Mickey, they both left us way too soon. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
And now Jerry Salisbury. Thank goodness for Jerry Salisbury.
And he did it. He loves it. He did it even when he didn't do it. He was always keeping track of the records. And you want to know something about who did what year, you ask him.
And something else, too.
Call Kenny Solons or call him.
Yeah. Something else about Jerry Salisbury, which people do not know, he does this volunteer work for track.
Yes.
For cross country. He does a lot for Kewanee High School,
yes, he does.
Which people don't know about, and our congratulations. By the way, I have forgotten to give credit to our athletic director here and what he has done. Also to the superintendent of schools, Chris Sullins. We appreciate what he's done. Also the school board for Kewanee, what they have done. And we do appreciate all that we're being allowed to bring you these sports, and then it's so important. But Coach Tim Atwell has been the athletic director here for a number of years.
Yes.
And
used to be and was the wrestling coach, and an outstanding wrestler at Geneseo for Larry Kankey, Coach Kankey, and wrestled at SIU Edwardsville for a little guy named Larry Kristoff, who was a two-time Olympic wrestler who picked that Russian up and held him and showed him to the crowd and pinned him. And I,
it was a prize for him.
oh boy, was
the
it!
crowd? Oh yes.
Hi, Coach.
Okay, Coach Eads is going to be giving some more information here to us, which we sure appreciate that. And you have to smile for the camera, Coach. There you go. I love it. Oh. We were just singing the praises of the Kewanee High School wrestling program, and we're going to talk a lot about that as time goes on here, which is important, that's for sure.
Before and before, this one's first, that one's second before the duel. Then after the duel, this one's first and that one's second.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, little Charlie Eads was an outstanding wrestler at Morrison. There's a whole raft of Eads wrestlers from Morrison. He wrestled under Coach Dan Drosophilus, the late Coach Dan Drosophilus, who was a national champion out of NAIA, out of Augustana College, and a first place outstanding tournament wrestler from Savannah, Illinois, back in about 1969 or thereabouts.
This is so similar to any other sport, football or basketball. You have certain plays, okay?
Yeah.
And with basketball, every time down the floor, you have a new play that you can run or a new offense you can run. With football, you give the ball to your running back, okay?
Yeah.
Or you're going to pass the ball, or you're going to do something a little bit different, maybe a flea flicker. The same thing here, except it's not on a team basis, it's an individual basis. Coach, tell us some of the things that these wrestlers do in order to become successful.
Well, you can watch them as they're warming up out here. They're the hardest thing to teach new wrestlers. You have to teach them a move, and then you teach them another move. The thing is, you need to teach them several moves and how you go, not just from the referee's position or from the neutral position, but from a position you might get in when you go for a move and it doesn't work. You have to go to another. Work in a series. One move leads to another, and the last person who keeps moving usually loses the points. And it's once they get that, and these kids are doing it great. Charlie, I mentioned the number of Eadses that wrestled at Morrison, Illinois. His nephew is wrestled at can't remember his little Iowa school, but he ended up being third place in the nationals and came last year and helped Charlie. You know, we've had a lot of really messed up sports years because of the COVID pandemic, but our schedules were messed up. But Coach Eads' nephew came out and helped, and that didn't hurt at all.
No, you know, that's amazing. We talk about how we're supposed to be, very, careful with it, and so here I am. I think I've been as careful as anybody and their uncle, and I get COVID.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I got it. My son says it's from his boy, my grandson, but I don't believe that. It's just been really tough for everybody, and anybody that's had the COVID has been real tough. But that's been 3 weeks ago, so now I'm fine and dandy.
Good for you.
Yeah, and we just have to be careful. We have to be very, very careful.
I finally came down with it 2 days before my second booster was to be. To get my second booster. I only had it for 2 days. I tested negative after 2 days, and I have some brain fog, and I still have some brain fog. But other than that, and some sore muscles, I have no lasting after effects.
And I had, before this, I had both of my my shots and both of my boosters, and then all of a sudden, then I had a flu shot. You think, here you're doing pretty well, but it isn't the fact that you, when you get all 4 of your shots, that things are going to be without COVID. No, it just lessens it, the severity. And I'm going, if that lessens the severity, oh my goodness gracious, gravy train. You know what could have happened? You like that goodness gracious gravy train? When was the last time you heard about gravy train?
Well, we were just talking about it the other day. I was talking to one of the former long-time Central School cooks who was responsible for most of my girth. And we talked about, the kids had pet names for everything. Ground beef gravy on mashed potatoes was called Gravy Train.
Yes.
Chicken tetrazzini on baking powder biscuits was called Snot on Rocks. Chicken gravy on mashed potatoes was Snot on a Cloud. But yeah, we call that Gravy Train. And it's still one of my favorite meals.
You know, that's something that I actually, when my mom and dad were still alive and we were going to school, I'm going to move this out a little bit, Coach.
Okay.
It keeps moving away from me here.
Okay.
Anyway, so I told my mom about it. I said, I really like this. You know, people say, oh, I didn't like food at school. I always liked the food at school. You couldn't tell, could you? So anyway, I told my mom, I said, boy, you should try this. It's ground beef gravy on mashed taters. And she goes, oh, no. I said, just try it. And you know what? My dad fell in love with it. My sisters fell in love with it. Oh, yeah. It was good. Oh, anyway.
Try captains for Kewanee.
There you go.
Let's see. Will Taylor and Jackson Hicks and Max Kelly.
Yep. That's, you got all three of them.
Yep.
And these three young men are excellent wrestlers. Now, folks, we're going to have 4 exhibitions at the very end, it looks like. Or no, 2 to begin with, and then 2 at the very end, it looks like. But for Kewanee, it's going to be, of course, Rova-Williamsfield. And Kewanee will have, I believe, Kewanee's going to have a lot of forfeits again here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again for Kewanee, 6 forfeits. So coming in there now for the 2 teams, it'll be for the Rowva-Williamsfield. It'll be, let me see here, I believe Esmeralda Martinez for Kewanee and Brooke Stickle for Rova-Williamsfield are the 2 wrestlers. And here they go. And this is an exhibition. This is very good for both these wrestlers we talked about.
Yes.
Martinez, real quick. She's a runner, by the way. I remember her name from being a very good cross-country runner. And this is going to help her running, too, with the quickness.
Sure.
Yeah. And here she is going after it. Good for her and good for all
Duck
these
under,
wrestlers.
beautiful duck under.
No points there, Coach, right?
Yeah, no points. We've seen some very successful girls. Last year or year before, the Farmington coach had a daughter who did very well in the Kewanee tournament.
I remember her. She was dynamite, wasn't she? Yeah. And Martinez trying to get the upper hand, trying to get to the legs, and the wrestler is not allowing that to happen from Rova-Williamsfield. Again, that young lady's name is Stickle. And both the coaches shouting instructions to these wrestlers. Martinez, I think, just a freshman, if I'm not mistaken, Coach, for Kewanee. And if she's doing this well as a freshman, just think what she's going to be like as she gets older. Oh, is she quick? Getting around there in a
nice.
hurry.
2 points. 2 points reverse or takedown. And she's got her down. She's still in control. She needs to back heel, trip the heel.
Yep.
Pick her up, either pick her up or back heel. And we've got an escape. So it's 2-1 Kewanee.
Back at it. Martinez, the Stickle for Rova-Williamsfield. The Cougars. They were the Bombers and the Tigers, and they have co-opted all their sports now. So they are the Rova-Williamsfield Cougars. And 2-1, Kewanee with the lead here and starting the second period. Right,
yes.
Coach? I'd love to listen to Charlie Eads.
Williamsfield had the choice, won the flip of the coin, and takes down.
Love to
And
listen.
so Kewanee will be riding. That's the advantage. The defending wrestler is the down. She does a stand up.
Yep. Did not do the.
There's the trip.
There you
She's
go.
working on it,
Yep.
but she lets her go. So now that gives her a point. She's going to work for the 2-point takedown. Hopefully get it. She's pushing the head down. This girl's tall. It's hard to.
It is, yeah. 2-2.
Beautiful
score.
duck under.
Yep.
But didn't finish. No, nice crossface.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't blow it. Okay, she's pulling.
You got to get control, as you mentioned, Coach, right?
Yeah. She's just doesn't have the leverage. Now she's got 2 points.
There you go. You're so
and now
right.
she's doing a power half, pushing the head down, sticking. Now don't go for the. A lot of times the inexperienced wrestlers get so excited they shoot the half on both sides, and that's the point. But she's driving. That's right. She's good to drive. She needs to get out on her toes. She's on her knees. There she goes. Push again.
Up awful high, too, isn't she, Coach?
Yes. But she countered nicely. We got potentially dangerous. So
1 point, it says.
Okay. It was potentially dangerous, and I guess maybe she touched her hands and got full Nelson.
So again, this is again.
Kewanee's down by 1. Kewanee is that correct? 3.
Kewanee's up by 1. Now it's tied 4-4, and again it's Martinez and Stickle. Stickle for Rowva-Williamsfield. Kewanee's Esmeralda Martinez, and I like to see this. She's feisty. She's really getting after it. Now I'm talking about Martinez. Yes. She doesn't like the fact that she had given it up. Now she's got control of the
beautiful.
hand. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Now, that was a beautiful takedown. Greco-Roman headlock, 2 points and a pin. Nice job, young lady.
It was just like you did something wrong to her, and she didn't like it.
Yeah.
And she went after it then. Nice job. Esmeralda Martinez, nice job by her. Yep.
Will feature from Rova-Williamsfield, Tori Dennis, and from Kewanee, Sarah Lockett.
And so now for Kewanee, the second one is going to be Sarah Lockett for the Boilermakers, the wrestling Boilermakers, and Aiden Sanders for Rova-Williamsfield.
I wonder, is there a relation between Sarah Lockett and Nate Lockett?
I don't know, but it looks like wow. Oh,
wow.
My goodness. Lockett is fast. Wow.
Yeah, nice takedown, good tight half. She's still on her knees. She needs to get on her toes. She's on her toes.
Wow.
As soon as she gets on her toes, her opponent is pinned. If you're up on your knees too close, they can roll you through, and you can't put all your weight on them. But that was a very nice job by Lockett.
Yeah, Lockett really showed some quickness there, didn't she? Yes.
Still 0-0 team-wise.
Yeah.
Those were both exhibition matches.
Sarah Lockett with a nice play. We sure appreciate her work, and we're seeing nothing against any other team. Okay.
Yeah.
When I start,
we have a forfeit here at 120.
When I start laughing, it's laughing because it's so fast and it's so nice to see.
Yes.
Kewanee, but good coaching by the Kewanee Boilermakers coaching staff.
Whatever you do, even if it's wrong, you should do it with a lot of authority.
Yes.
As hard as you can. We have another, that was a 126 and 120. It's 12-0. We mentioned this earlier.
And he unfortunately doesn't get to wrestle.
132. That's 18-0.
But now we got Brock Tavis for Rova-Williamsfield and Will Taylor for Kewanee. And we saw Will Taylor just a few minutes ago.
138 with Will Taylor.
Yep, and Brock Davis. And this looks like it should be a pretty good match, Coach.
This kid's no little boy, is he?
No, he looks like a very strong young man.
But Will doesn't do anything halfway.
Oh, no. He's quick. We saw that when he wrestled the first time against the United Red Storm, and he won. And again, boy, he is determined. You can see
beautiful fireman's carry, step over. Oh, man. and he's got him on his back. He's going to get some no back points, but he's pulling him in. He's got full control. He's got leg control and arm control and a half now. He's going to get back points. He's got him tight. And he's get up on your knees.
125 left to go. And that's
there.
it with 120.
Wow.
40 seconds in.
Yeah.
We are seeing the
Wow. Nice
maturity
job, Will Taylor.
of
He's
Will Taylor.
going to keep him after practice so he can get a workout.
You're not nice.
Make him run laps.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. That was just a really nice job.
That was
by Will
2.
Taylor.
He hasn't wrestled for a whole minute yet.
Yeah. Max Kelly will have the forfeit.
Max will receive a forfeit win.
Just hoping Max would get a match.
And
He'll get plenty. Kewanee has a huge schedule this year.
they do.
There's a
A
lot
lot of them, yeah.
of matches.
Parker DeBoard now will wrestle at 152 with Jackson Peberin. And now he gets after it. Kewanee does. Kewanee leading, by the way, 30-0 in this match thus far. And
Beautiful
he puts him on
takedown.
his back. That was fast.
That was very good. Boom.
that-
That might be the quickest one.
19 seconds.
19 seconds.
Wow.
A little difference in the first match.
The winner at 100.
Way to go, Parker.
With the pin, Parker DeBoard, Kewanee.
And this is they've got a lot of numbers here for
Yes.
for really
certainly do.
Nice job. And it's nice to see from Rowva-Williamsfield, as you mentioned, not being there for a few years. Now all of a sudden they got some numbers.
Sure.
It's nice to see. Okay.
This
Now,
is Jackson Hicks, one of the co-captains. Beautiful. What a quick takedown. Okay,
that was 6
6 seconds.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
And he defeats Corey Dohas.
Yes.
And
Jackson was a good football player. You mentioned that.
oh boy, yes.
And you notice that he does still wrestling with a brace on his knee.
Yep. And
I had one of those for a long, long time.
Delana Buckley now will be wrestling Jackson Hawkins at 170 pounds. Again,
We might get out of here before bedtime.
the thing is, I have respect for any program that wrestles.
Yeah.
But when you see numbers like this, it can do nothing but get better each and every
Yes.
year. Just like with Kewanee, 41 wrestlers, as you mentioned to me.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference, Coach. It really
Yes.
does.
Yeah, it's
Again, Hawkins, just an excellent football
I
player.
noticed
for
we have
Kewanee.
beautiful. Yep. That's it.
And that was 9 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Jackson Hawkins knew what he wanted to do and did it. 182, Alejandro Duarte and Connor Wilson for the Rowva-Williamsfield Cougars.
And 182 pounds from Rowva-Williamsfield, Connor Wilson. And from Kewanee, Alejandro Duarte.
Well, we got a couple of pretty tall boys.
Kewanee leading at 48-0 right now. But I have to acknowledge, and this is not a loser's limp for anybody, I am just very impressed with the Rowva-Williamsfield Cougars with what they're doing with their program.
Beautiful single leg, and takes him right to the back, but no back points. 2 points, Kewanee.
Always has his head down. Duarte
Yes.
always has his head down, and
Yes.
he's always working for something. Now
Yes.
he's kind of high there. Now he moves
He's
it
going
around.
cross body,
Yep.
and he's going to go under. He's cross face now.
Look at him use his
Oh,
arms.
beautiful.
Long arms.
He started one move, changed it to another, changed it to another. You see it?
Oh my goodness.
And
yes.
he's going to get, that's
Back points
hard to
for
pin.
sure.
Yeah, he will get back points.
Yeah. 2.
Okay.
So 5-0
Yeah.
right now.
Well, look at that. There's 3-pointers at least.
Yes, and this is going to be a pin.
3.
Yeah.
He's pretty tight. Pretty tight.
And
Tight. There it is.
Yep.
We can see it from here,
Yeah,
can't we,
could,
Russ?
Yeah.
Best seat in the house.
Winner with the pin from Kewanee, Alejandro
Duarte really doing well, obviously. And we watched him do well last year. He got better each match that we did.
54-0 so far.
And
We can't expect this level of success forever, but through the season. But we've got some really, really tough teams
Carter Smith
and some tough tournaments along the way too.
Carter Smith will be wrestling now for Rowva-Williamsfield against, again, Kewanee's Christian Dotato. 154. First period action at the 195 weight.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, my goodness.
Lifted him and tripped.
Boy,
And now he walked around three-quarter. Oh, he's working for the three-quarter, but he's got one leg. Boom. Okay.
Wow.
That's
And the coaching staff didn't like that for Williamsfield. I understand that.
That was close.
Yep. And get him on the back again here, huh?
Uh-huh.
Off the mat, though, pretty much, just about here.
He's on his toes.
4-1
He's
the
got
score.
his head up, arching his back, walking to the head.
Yep.
That's torque.
And there's the pin, yeah. The coaching staff did not like that, though.
That was,
I don't blame them.
could have gone.
I'm talking about Rova-Williamsfield staff didn't like that, and I don't blame them. That was pretty hard, but the young man jumped right back up. Good job that time by Ricardo,
It
though.
wasn't head first. It was body
That's
first.
right, yeah.
But it's still.
And so that makes it now 16-0.
You can't coach and tell them to do everything with authority and then expect them to just pick them up and lay them down nice and softly.
That's right. Michael Ruiz is going to have a forfeit now at 220 pounds, excuse me.
Another, it's unfortunate. We have so many kids to wrestle here. I hope we get a lot of kids to get a chance to wrestle again.
That's right. Luke Nelson will be wrestling again for Rova-Williamsfield, the Cougars, against Kewanee's Douglas Swearingen, who really showed a lot that last match,
Boy, he
I thought,
sure did.
Coach.
Dougie Swearinger.
And I don't remember him wrestling
We'll
last
call
year.
him Mr. Swearinger now.
You better believe we will. Big young men, both of them, 285 here. And I like listening to the coaches, and if the wrestlers can just do something about it, that's the big thing. And once again, Nelson trying to get a handle on things, and instead Kewanee Swearingen just going after it again. Hand fighting, as you mentioned, Coach.
Yes. Control the hands, control the head.
Yeah.
Wait for an opening.
And of course,
Protect your legs. Now that was a,
and that was Swearingen really going after it.
And he hit his head pretty hard, and that dazed him for a second. But he's close to the edge. He needs to know where he is.
Yeah, and
He
he
can
actually
bridge. He's bridging. He can only bridge so long, and there's a whole minute left. Okay, now he's
off the mat now.
He's
Yeah.
off the mat.
He's well off the mat now.
If he's every bit of him off the mat, I don't know why he was completely off the mat.
Yeah.
But there's 3 back points.
So 5 points there, the 2 points plus the
five.
near fall 3.
Yes. So it should be 5-0. Yes, that's correct.
Looking at the young man over there for Williamsfield, I'm not sure if he's hurt or not.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's upset or if he's hurt. I hope he's not hurt. And
And the wall back there. Yeah.
and Swearingen now on his back real fast this time. There's nowhere to go now, and that's the pin.
You can't push up when you're on your back. You pin yourself.
Yep.
And that's what but he'll be all right. He's going to have a good season.
Yeah, he is. You're right. I agree with you. And now we're going to have an exhibition here. Yep. Okay. And I think this is...
This is Kingston, Jamaica man.
Okay, there you go.
Kingston Peterson.
Okay, Kingston Peterson.
He's very talented. Look at that. Wow.
Real fast. 2 points already for him.
He's 106 pounds.
Yep.
He's in the cradle. He's got the cradle. He's hooked the leg. He's gonna turn him. He's gonna turn him so he can pin him on the mat. I hope. No, he's just gonna let him up. He's confident.
Very confident. He has that big wrapper on his right knee also, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like a pad or something. Boy, he's very quick. Cat quick, isn't he?
Beautiful takedown.
2 points. That makes it 4-1. The score here in the first
There's
period.
the cradle. He's going right to the cradle. Rocking him up. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hooking the leg just perfect.
Yep.
Textbook, Kingston.
Very nicely done.
106 pounds with a pin. Kingston Peterson, Kewanee. And at 113 pounds, we need Jesse Guernsey.
And Guernsey will now be, I'm sorry. Jesse Guernsey will have, this is the forfeit now.
Forfeit win at 113 pounds, Jesse Guernsey, Kewanee.
Okay. And so
Final two matches will be exhibitions.
the final score was 78-6 then.
First we have from Rowva-Williamsfield, Basin Ridge, and from Kewanee, Sarah Locker.
Okay, now we're going to have in the exhibition, and this will be Lockett again. And Sanders.
Very,
yep.
very aggressive.
Yeah.
Lockett is the smaller of the two wrestlers.
Yeah, but look at her upper body strength,
she's
though.
She's not backing off of anything.
No. Upper body strength, though.
She lost her head, so she gave up the takedown 2-0.
She's not the tallest girl in the world, and that kind of hurt her there, but you can't do anything about your height, you know?
There's the full Nelson.
Yep.
And that's going to cost
1 point.
1 point for Kewanee.
Yep. So it'll be 2-1.
Yep. Full Nelson.
And this is Aiden Sanders.
What Lockett needs to do is stand up and start moving and peeling hands off.
And she's quick enough she can do that. Let's see what she does. Nope.
Yeah, don't want to flatten out.
Yep, and Sanders did just that. She pounced right on her, didn't she?
And she's out to the side, but she's on her knees.
Mm-hmm.
If she
can just
pushes
push
hard,
up.
you can roll her through. But there it is.
Yep, she got back over.
Careful.
Good.
Okay,
Yep,
we
this is
got
good.
a half a Nelson. And we're going to get some back points here.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I'm trying to help her out here. It's tough.
We got almost a minute and a lot of
there's way too much mat. And there she gets moved over now. Yep. This is going to be a pin. It looks like 3 points there.
She got 3, but she's out of it.
5-1 the score.
She's still got, when that half is in, you need to look away
there's
and
the
peel
pin.
the hand.
Yep.
And she looked right into it, and that's the wrong direction.
I mean, there has got to be, 5-6 inches difference in height?
Oh, yeah.
And weight, too. Their weight is nowhere near the same. No.
We need 8 Sanders, Rova-Williamsfield, and Jackson Jane Kewanee.
Jackson's going to get a chance to wrestle.
I'd like to remind everybody that the next home.
Who is this again? Jackson.
Oh, that's not. I thought I heard he called Jackson. This is
His two 285s. These two guys are, yeah.
Yeah.
Off the mat again, like you mentioned. Oh, there's a pin right away.
They both had their legs on the mat.
Yeah.
And you can now wrestle on the
Winner
edge
of
of the
our
mat.
final match with a pin from Rova-Williamsfield, Aiden Sanders.
That was pretty fast one, too.
Congratulate all the participants.
9 seconds.
This still was a good exhibition for Kewanee, the wrestlers that are not the frontline wrestlers. I wish that we could have seen all the wrestlers for Kewanee
I know,
tonight.
that would've been nice.
I mean, you've got 41 kids out there for Kewanee.
Everybody should have got to wrestle.
Yeah,
at
it would have
least
been
twice.
nice. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
But you're going to see plenty of wrestling this year.
Yes, we are. We are. And I'm looking forward to that. It should be fun. Yep. I mean, look at all these kids for Kewanee. It's an amazing thing. And again, we're going to have the head coach for Kewanee, Charlie Eads, come up, and he will talk to us here briefly.
There you go.
Maybe not so briefly so far as he's concerned.
If Eads comes over, I'll just swing the camera over to get to you.
Thank you.
Yep, you got it.
Okay. Do we have another microphone for him or not?
He can have mine.
Okay.
I'll inspect the plumbing, and
Okay.
Charlie can have my headgear here.
Okay. Kewanee ends up winning that match 78-6 is the final on that one. That just a tremendous job. The first one was won by Kewanee by a score of 72-12, and fun to be able to watch these wrestlers perform the way they do. And again, it's fun to watch other teams getting better. And we're talking
Yes.
about Rova-Williamsfield getting better because they are getting some numbers. And then if you have more numbers, they will get better too, which is nice.
Speaking of Lockett, I believe that's Nate Lockett
Yep.
right there.
That's it.
And he's not dressed. I'm wondering if he got injured in football, but I didn't.
Yeah, he did. I think we'll
I'm
find
hoping
out, won't
it's
we?
nothing. I hope it's nothing long.
Yep,
And this guy got injured in football. We have a new knee there on our old
we do.
athletic director.
Yes, we do.
I don't mean old as in superannuated, but
He retired very
I'm a
young.
lot older than he is.
Maybe just a little. Well, here comes Coach Eads over to talk to us, which we sure appreciate him coming over and talking with us. And we're going to talk to him about some of the things that have gone on here, Coach, which is nice to do. And Coach Eads is going to take the time to come and talk to us here.
Have a seat, Coach. You get my seat.
It was a 2 victories for your wrestling team tonight. Coach Charlie is joining us now. We sure appreciate you taking the time to come over and talk to us. We know you got more important things to do, but congratulations on a wonderful dual victory against 2 teams. I was impressed, I'm sure you were too, with the numbers that Rova-Williamsfield had to come over here for this, and that is going to be positive things for their program in the future.
Yeah, it's good to see a young program have a lot of kids out just to spark interest in the school and get them interested in it. I mean, if you look at our team, we have almost half rookies on it too. So it's good to see the sport growing. It's good for the sport. It's good for the school. It's good all around, I think.
Coach, your team came out strong. They were ready to take care of business. How do you get them ready for these meets when you know how important it is? Every meet is important. What do you say to them to get them ready? Because there was their faces were ready to go.
Well, a lot of it's hard work that you put in, and I tell them, I go, the harder you work, the harder it is to not go out there and give it your all. So a lot of it's a mental game, getting them mentally prepared so that they're ready to go. And these guys work hard. I don't lay off them just because they don't know what they're doing. I just help them fix what they don't know. So with a lot of our kids, it's just getting them focused on the 4 things that we've worked on all week so that they can be ready to wrestle a match. But I make them work really hard, so I think that really helps the rookies. The other guys, I think they're so hungry from last year, just waiting so long to get after it one time. I think that's what you saw a lot of tonight for those guys. I told them to work on a couple of things that I know that they know how to do, and that's what they went out and did pretty much. So that was good to see most of them go out and get wins. We had a couple guys that didn't quite get wins against pretty good kids from the other team, so pretty good night overall.
Yeah, what was the biggest take from your veterans on this group? What was the biggest take that you got from the way they wrestled tonight?
We still got a lot of discipline to work on as far as staying in our stances, staying correct, knowing when to switch off to different moves. I saw a couple times out there where we should have switched moves and we kind of hung on to something a little too long just because we had the muscle to do it. Well, it's not going to work against a guy your strength, so those are a couple things we got to work on. The rookies, our rookies just got to work on our basic. Like a couple of times we're standing straight up and down when we're trying to lock up with somebody. Can't do that. We know it. They know it. We're going to work on it some more to make sure we don't do it again. So after we correct a couple of things that our rookies did, I think we'll be fine in the long run.
So what are your goals for this year?
I think a lot of the returners are looking forward to regionals. They want to try to win another team regional. That'd be great for them. It'd be great for Kewanee. It'd be great all around. We are hosting this year, so hopefully we can, and we'll see what happens. I think that's their goal, is win that team regional and get to team sectionals again. And I also think we have a couple of individuals that have high expectations for themselves at the end of the school year to hopefully make it down to state, individual state. So I think they're ready.
You know, I would point out individual wrestlers, but I don't want to take anything away from the team, the way that the team played. I just was impressed with the quickness of a couple of your guys over last year. I was impressed with the strength and agility of a couple of the wrestlers, too, for that matter. But, yeah, that's why I was asking about what they were doing a little bit differently and what their thoughts were. Coach, our next broadcast is going to be a week from Friday here on the 2nd. And it should be interesting to see what happens between now and then. I'm sure you're going to work on some things.
Yeah, we are. We got a lot of one good thing I did like about today was the team unity out there with everybody that was out there. Whether it was an experienced kid out there or an inexperienced kid, the whole team was after them, cheering them on, so that's always good to see. I really like it when they do that because I feel that the person out wrestling actually feels that essence. So I think it's good for the guy wrestling or girl wrestling, whoever it is, and it makes the team get into it. So they all buy into it. That way then they can talk about it later in the practice room and say, hey, you did this wrong, whatever the case is. So.
Well, that sounds great. Well, Coach, we sure appreciate taking the time to come and talk to us. And hope you have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Me too.
Don't eat too much. And make sure you tell the kids don't eat too much, right?
It's okay if I eat too much, not them.
There you go.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Okay, you too. Coach Charlie Eads of the Kewanee Wrestling Boilermakers. We want to thank everybody for listening. Kewanee comes out on top in this triangular with the, again, first of all, the United Red Storm 72-12, and then against the Rova-Williamsfield Cougars by a score of 78-6. For Norm Brown, Strum and Norman, our commentator, and for our head coach, of course, Charlie Eads, this is Russ Hughes, and also for Jacob Doan, Jacob Doan, our videographer. Thank you, Jacob. This is Russ Hughes saying good night and God bless.